Most people look at Elon Musk and see the boundary-demolishing companies, the ambitious moonshot ideas, the legendary work ethic. But behind every revolutionary achievement is a mind operating from an entirely different dimension of consciousness. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain and get an unprecedented look at the cognitive force propelling one of history's most prolific innovators and visionaries. So stay tuned. Most entrepreneurs are told to minimize risk, play it safe, stick to the proven formulas. But as you'll see in these clips, Elon Musk lives by a distinct credo: lean into the discomfort zone. Actively seek out the uncharted territory where all the greatest opportunities lie.
I connected up with J.V. Straubel and then a couple other guys, Martin Eberhard, Mark Toppening, and Ian Wright, and we created Tesla Motors to essentially commercialize the T0, which was the AC propulsion car.
From co-founding a company to build electric vehicles when the entire auto industry dismissed them as a pipe dream, to launching SpaceX with the outrageous ambition of making humans a multi-planetary species, Musk's career and life's work is a masterclass in venturing into the uncomfortable. You see, to Musk, operating outside his comfort zone isn't something to be feared or avoided. It's the fuel that propels his audacious visions into reality. While conventional wisdom advises minimizing risks, he metabolizes risk as the very resource required to uncover unprecedented solutions.
One problem I see with a lot of people today is they're not willing to take a risk. They're not willing to go get credit card debt or get a loan or do something. Like, they just want to play it safe. And look, playing it safe, it doesn't lead to anything extraordinary. Like, if you want to live an average life and play it safe forever, you can do that, and the result will be what the result is. But entrepreneurs and anyone who ever achieves greatness has to take risks. When Elon Musk started Tesla, he took all of his money he made from all of his previous businesses, threw it in Tesla, and Tesla almost went bankrupt and ran out of cash. But he believed in the business model, he believed in the product, and eventually they're where they're at today.
Those closest to Musk describe an insatiable desire, maybe even an addiction, to pursuing endeavors that terrify most normal people. A relentless gravitational pull toward the uncharted, the unproven, the widely dismissed. It's this psychological hardwiring that's allowed him to thrive in the very places the faint of heart wither.
When trying different things, you got to have some acceptance of failure, as you were alluding to earlier. Failure must be an option. If failure is not an option, it's going to result in extremely conservative choices, and you may get something even worse than lack of innovation. Things may go backwards.
While the masses instinctively recoil at the first sign of discomfort or risk, Musk appraises it. To him, entering a new kingdom of the unknown isn't something to be feared. In Musk's mindset, discomfort is simply the admission fee to visit the bleeding edge of progress. And as you'll discover, he's mastered techniques to not only tolerate that discomfort, but to thrive in its battleground. One of the core principles underpinning Elon Musk's boundary-obliterating mindset is his sheer relentlessness as a perpetual learning machine.
Musk pored over these textbooks. Cantrell would later say that he was unsure whether or not Musk took notes on the information in the books, but what he does know is that Musk appeared to have memorized close to everything he read.
From the earliest days, Musk has exhibited an innate conviction that the fuel powering any vision is an inexhaustible appetite for knowledge across all disciplines. To him, the traditional education model of rigid specialization is a formula for rigid thinking and incremental progress. His cognitive philosophy prioritizes synthesizing diverse ideas and extracting mental models from every domain.
The why of things is extremely important because our brain has evolved to not to discard information that it thinks has no relevance. So then, if on the one hand you're being asked to memorize or learn say formulas, but you do not know why this is the case, then you have this cognitive dissonance of, it seems irrelevant, but I'm being told to remember it, so I'll be punished.
You see, whether he's mastering the fundamentals of computer science, manufacturing processes, or material sciences, each newly conquered field represents fertile ground for conceptual pollination that can be mapped onto his grander ambitions. It's this very cross-pollination between disciplines that provides Musk with his unique competitive HC. the intellectual artillery to not just conceive of grand, disruptive ideas in industries like automotive and aerospace, but to materialize them in ways nobody else can envision. Another most powerful force driving his insane success is his stance on fear itself. Now, most of us tend to run from fear, let it pump the brakes on our biggest dreams, but not Musk. In his own words,
I think I feel fear quite strongly. So it's not as though I just have the absence of fear. I feel it quite strongly. But there are just times when something is important enough, you believe in it enough, that you do it in spite of the fear.
But why does he crave that adrenaline rush of terror? Because for Musk, fear is simply the price of admission to achieve the impossible. He knows that pushing boundaries, shattering limits, and reaching for the stars comes with immense risks.
There are just times when something is important enough, you believe in it enough, that you do it in spite of the fear. Like, people shouldn't think, oh, I feel fear about this and therefore I shouldn't do it. It's normal to feel fear.
This relentless drive, fueled by a refusal to let fear dictate his actions, is what has allowed Musk to push boundaries and achieve the extraordinary. When you look at how Elon Musk handles adversity and setbacks, you can't help but notice the strong stoic influences in his mental approach.
Was icing on the cake.
There we go. Just exploded.
All right.
And people,
That's why they don't put people on it.
yeah, right.
For most people, dealing with a failed rocket launch or stalled production line would feel like a devastating body blow. But Musk doesn't get fazed or deterred in those moments. He responds with a calm, steady resilience. You see, Stoicism teaches that many events are simply out of our control, but what is in our control is how we respond mentally and emotionally. And Musk leans hard into this pragmatic philosophy.
CEO Elon was on site for the launch of the Starship, which did not have any people on board, and he's keeping a positive outlook despite the explosion, tweeting, "Congrats, SpaceX team, on an exciting test launch of Starship. Learned a lot for next test launch in a few months."
Rather than getting angry, frustrated, or hopeless when things go wrong, Musk stays rooted in reasoned logic. He separates his emotional reaction from the objective reality of the obstacle in front of him. It's like these setbacks are simply testing his commitment and mental fortitude towards the long-term vision, not representing any true failures. Each one is just an opportunity to calmly assess what needs adjusting to move forward.
You might meet this guy, Zeno of Citium. He was a merchant, Phoenician merchant. He was doing very well until a shipwreck destroyed everything and he lost everything he had. So he made it to Athens, and what did he do? One of the first things he did was to walk into a bookshop and started reading books.
You can imagine how invaluable this mindset virtue is for Musk's incredibly ambitious, audacious goals like interplanetary travel or sustainable energy. When you're trying to achieve something on that scale, temporary setbacks are inevitable. But most people let them become psychological barriers. Musk's stoic outlook allows him to power through those roadblocks without the self-created, emotional baggage weighing him down. It's all about the mental framework of controlling your reaction to events outside your control. So, while others get derailed by adversity, Musk uses it almost like fuel. Each missed rocket landing or production delay just becomes another chance to reassess the approach with the cold logic of a monk. It's this unflappable stoic discipline, calming the reactive mind, that gives Musk the mental edge to persist past hurdles that would make others crumble and quit. All right. You've had a taste of the mindset that propels Elon Musk into the stratosphere, but this is just the first step on your own journey to disrupt reality. Keep feeding your intense curiosity, embrace risks, and make fear your fuel for the impossible. There's no roadmap, but that's where true pioneers thrive. Smash that subscribe button to keep leveling up your ambition with me. Thanks for watching.